What is up, YouTube knife community? How you guys doing today? Glad to be back here on this rainy, windy, nasty Virginia day. We'll take what we get. Here today we're going to do a few things, a couple things that I haven't done yet. But for starters, I got a package in the mail today, and it came from my good buddy Kurt. Everybody knows Kurt. Well, not everybody, but if you don't know Kurt, go check him out on Instagram, jcool192, jcool192. Go check him out. Me and him talked not long ago, and he mentioned that his wife was going to start making some things, and he said that they had a special edition for a few of us in the testing group and stuff. So we're going to tear into this thing and see what we got. I'm not going to show the front of this package. It's got his personal information on it, which I'm sure that he would share with you if you need it, but I'm not going to share it. So right off the bat, we got an awesome orange. And dude, that's freaking awesome. Kurt, dude, you're awesome. Check this out, guys. Check this out. Hilltop Knives and Gear. Check it out. So his wife is now making hanks. Check that out. Look how awesome that is. I love it. I freaking love it. Look there. Woo! Thank you, Kurt. Actually, you know what? Thank you, Beth. Because I know Beth, I know you put in all the hard work. But, make sure there ain't nothing else in there. Nope, there's not. So, man, that's freaking awesome. Love it, love it, love it. It will be my new go-to hank for a little while. Sweet. Love it. Thank you so much. Love it. Okay. Now, anyway, what I said just a second ago, there's my right there in my name, it says Hilltop Knives and Gear, and the reason I've named it that is because obviously I wanted to show knives and all that stuff, and then I had it in the back of my mind that sometimes I would like to share some gear that I use, because I am a outdoorsman kind of, you know. I practice bushcraft some, and just all kinds of different things. We go hiking a lot and camping. So I'd like to just show some of the gear that I use and all that good stuff. So anyway, long story short, I just got a couple things that I want to show that maybe not a lot of people know about. And one of them is this little keychain light that I use. Everybody's got their go-to keychain light. This one right here is mine. It's a Nightcore Teeny is the name of it. 380 max lumens. Okay, here's the light right here. It's a tiny little thing. It's got the power, and then the mode is right there, and it's USB. You can open that and USB charge it. I've got the some of the specs on it written down. I'll go over them real quick. I'm not a flashlight guru. I don't know a whole lot about them. I know this one works, and it's real small, and it works good on my key ring. But it is, it's like I said, it's called the Nightcore Teeny, 380 max lumens, micro USB chargeable. It comes in black, blue, green, gray, and they have a copper for $2 extra. It says it'll throw the beam 70 yards, and you got low, medium, high, and turbo. Low runs for 60 hours, medium for 4 hours, high for 1 hour, and turbo for 15 minutes. And you can get this little light for $29.99. It says it's metallic. There's a couple dings you can see right here on the butt end of it, and it does look like it's some kind of aluminum or whatever, but it's held up great. I've had it for probably 7 or 8 months or so, and it's on my keys every day. It's lasted. It's a pretty good little light. Anyway, there's the light. Wanted to show that. And then here's something else I want to show. Don't know how many of you guys go camping or whatnot. This is something that that really interested me the first time I ever seen it, and I didn't really know what it was in the beginning. And then shout out to Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I was in Smoky Mountain Knife Works back a couple years ago, and I saw this thing there and picked it up and got to looking at it. And what it is, it's called a wood splitter, a wood splitting knife is what it's called. And this is the only sheath that comes with it, is that little plastic guard that goes right on your edge. So if this is something that you would want to leave it like a base camp or like truck in camping, you're not going to throw this on your hip or anything unless you make your own kind of sheath for it. But it's got it's sharpened from both sides, just like a standard V grind. I'll show it to people and they say, oh, that's a draw knife. No, it's not a draw knife. I brought my draw knife out to show the difference. So this is an old draw knife right here. Still works great. But see how it is only sharpened on one side. It's a convex. This is convex grind right here, and the other side is flat. And that's made so you can rest it on, lay it down on wood flat and drag it or draw or whatever. And it does good about carving and stuff like that. So that's a draw knife. This knife tends to work better. The Moore knife tends to work better if you're pushing away from yourself. So like if you were set up like this and you could push like that, it works a lot better that way. And let's see, here's a small stick. I'll show you. Like feather sticks, you can do your feather sticks with it. You can make a big old feather stick in just a couple seconds. Yeah, I did this one earlier, right before the video. And see, you can do some real fine curls with it. It does great on that. And then you can also use it like you can baton it. This is how I use it. It may not be the correct way. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. But I just lay it on the wood like that, and I hit it like 1 or 2 times, and then push it through, or keep going with it. Just whatever works. But I don't like to hit them wooden handles. Afraid to bust them off. But it's a pretty cool piece of gear if you do a lot of camping, a lot of carving. Cause I do a lot of spoon carving and stuff, and to remove a bunch of wood at one time, this knife does a great job, and it works good at camp. It is a carbon steel blade. Let's see, I've got some stuff wrote down about it too. There's no way I remember stuff. I have to carry notes with me. So its blade is 4.5 inches long. Each one of the handles is 4 7/8. So overall, the knife is 14 3/8. It's got 1/16 inch stock thickness. I forgot to say that. There's a good shot of the stock thickness. It's about perfect for what it is. You wouldn't want to do no heavy duty batoning with it or nothing like that, but what I just showed you right there, this thing will last a lifetime, because it's got them more rat tail tangs that run way up inside there. It's got a little lanyard thing here you can use. I think the rat tail runs about halfway, and then it's got a bolt that runs the rest of the way out the end. You can see there's metal all the way to the end right there, and there's metal all the way to the end right there, and there's your little lanyard loop screw eye or whatever you want to call it. But anyhow, that thing, I've enjoyed it. It works real good. They make 2 different versions. One's plain wooden handle, and the handles are just a little bit longer than that. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. And like I said, this thing goes shout out to Smoky Mountain Knife Works. That's where that one came from. I just happened to be there and I saw it, and they got it for $36.99. And if you do a lot of woodsy type stuff and camping, it's worth the $37. Okay, now we're gonna go to this. This here is we've already talked about this knife a couple times. This is the Cold Steel SRK and SK5 steel. The SK5 is what I understand to be something around like a 1080 or something like that. I think's what it is, 1080. Okay, full disclosure, this knife has already been tipped. I broke about where my thumbnail is, I broke about that much off the original tip, and I was prying in wood just as I'm getting ready to do again. But she snapped, and it didn't take much force to do that. Like I said, I drove it down in a piece of wood about a 1/4 inch, and the first pry it snapped. It didn't last. So I don't know if it's the steel. I don't know if it's just this particular example. This one rock weld at 57 HRC. Kurt's already tested it. I did save the tip. We were thinking about maybe sending it to have it looked at. Roman is interested in it. He's wanting to look at the grain structure and stuff, and if it's a big enough piece, we might even try to flatten it down and have it HRC tested to see if there's burnt material at the tip when they where they don't wet grind or whatnot. So we may do that. I'm not sure. But this knife is overall, it is 10 3/4. Was 10 3/4. Now it is, I couldn't tell you. Hang on. I can tell you real close. Well, 10 1/2. It's about 10 1/2 now. And the blade is supposed to be 6. It's about 5 3/4. And this knife is made in Taiwan. I have nothing against knives made in Taiwan, because one of my favorite companies, Spyderco, puts out some beautiful knives from Taiwan. Another one of my favorite companies, Ontario, they put out the Rat from Taiwan, and it is a freaking monster knife. Everybody loves it. So yeah, I don't get into that hating Taiwan or hating Chinese. As long as it's a good product, I'm down for it. One thing I do like about this SRK is they give you a pretty good size lanyard hole there, so I like that. And as you can see right now, the edge looks pretty good, and the coating isn't terrible. So what we'll do is we'll do some batoning with it. Did I say batoning? Batoning. Let me find a good piece of wood for a heavy duty knife. Alright, oh yeah, this knife, I forgot to say that. This knife, they say, is a rescue. Okay, yeah. On Cold Steel's website, it says it is a survival and rescue knife. But then on Blade HQ's website, it says the best use for this knife is hunting. I'm sorry, that don't look like the best hunting knife to me. I mean, no. I would pick something different if I was going to use it for hunting. If I was going to use something for survival and rescue, I'd be picking something different too. That's just my opinion. I think this is just a utilitarian kind of design, saber grind, you know, that you can use for about anything. I don't think it should be labeled as a rescue knife though. So let's baton. I'm gonna shut up for a second. I picked a good one. Big knot in it. old steels and get stuck on me. Find another one. I don't want to go through it all again. Here. Let's try this one. See that coating? It's after going through one stick. This side over here is way worse than the other side. But anyway, it's just coating. Who cares about coating? Alright, let's do some feather sticking. Actually, got a little piece of fat wood right here. We'll try some feather sticking on it. Yeah, it does feather stick pretty good. And the spine on this one does real good at scraping. It's a scraper. I don't know if y'all can see it from there, but scrapes up good. Does real good. Did we come out here to just baton a piece of wood? No, not so much. Before I do this, I want to say, yeah, I'm also not a huge fan of this sheath. It's not one of the worst factory sheaths I've ever seen, but I don't like that can just snap loose. I would rather have a fixed dangler on it, or I'd rather ride on my belt. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I like myself. I'm a big fan of tech locks. Uh-oh, disaster! What you got down there? Okay. Let's see what the edge of this thing looks like. What will it take to break SRK? SRK. Let's see what it takes. Alright, let's check the edge. Ain't no real crazy damage. Ain't near as much damage as I thought was coming. Cool. Alright, now let's try out this modified clip point that I had to modify, or drop point or whatever. We'll start out, I'm just going to stab it and pry it out. Once you see that this is like normal use here, you know, just stabbing and prying. You can do that with your hand. You're not using nothing to aid in how deep you get it. tell you what, this handle sucks. With a bare hand, that handle is terrible. It hurts so bad. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Let me stab this a few more times. I'll show you my hand. See how red that hand is? See how red? It makes it like, I don't know, that shit digs into your hand. I don't like it. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Alright, right here, that's about where I had it last time when I broke it. Made it. Didn't break. And we know, you know, I know it's not the best test ever because I've already broke the knife, but this will give you some kind of idea about the steel. Yeah, that tip was weak, but does that make the whole knife weak? That's my question. Is the whole knife that way, or was it just that tip? Because there's something else I'll go over at a different date. But just wanted you to see that even though I broke it on the same test, that it can just be that tip that was flawed. So far, so good. I don't know if it's getting any flex. I can't see if it's getting any flex like that Recon did. I can't tell. I don't think it is. It shouldn't. There ain't no pivot and stuff to deal with. Yeah, this tip on it now is doing pretty good. So far, whew, might be off a little much right there. Now I know 90% of the people ain't gonna take a baton and slap the tail end of a rubber handled knife, especially if you don't have to, because it will mess up your handle. I'll show you that in just a second. Woo! Uh-oh. Drop it on the ground. That's the least of its worries. Might as well get through it like we did with the Recon. We're almost there. We're there. Alright, there it is. There's the hole through the board. Okay. The tip that I put on still intact. It's done good. It's done well after that. So let's see. So yeah, my thoughts on that, I'll tell you, I don't want to take the credit for this. I'm gonna I know he don't care. He's told me he don't care, but I don't care. I want everybody to know. Super Steel Steve, aka Chef Kalari on Instagram, Super Steel Steve on YouTube. Everybody knows him if you know me. But anyway, when I broke this knife, I sent him pictures and we were talking about it. And everybody's seen Steve break. He broke a strider, something else, and something else. I'm not sure. He's got a knife right now that he just broke. I don't even know if he's made that public yet or not. But whenever I broke this, he said, go measure it. Go measure the stock thickness right there where it broke and tell me what it is. Actually, before I got back to tell him what it was, he had already said, once it drops below 125 thousandths, once the stock thickness drops down below 125 thousandths, that's where the knife will break. And I measured this one, and right on the other side of where it broke, well, right on the edge of where it broke, it was 126 thousandths. He was 1,000th off, I think. Hell, I don't know. But anyway, just a fuzz off. But the knife that he broke, actually, I think both knives that he broke, right at 125 thousandths is where that tip broke. So if you're going to be doing a lot of prying and stuff with your knives, you want to get a knife that keeps the same stock thickness all the way to the tip pretty much. And if it don't keep the stock thickness all the way to the tip, you want to drive it past that that point where it goes down to 125 thousandths. You want to get past that, so you got the rest of then you're working on the rest of the blade, the thick part of the blade instead of the thin part of the blade. But I hope I hope he don't care that I let that out. But me and him kind of together talked about it. He had already had it figured out. I'm not stealing any of his thunder. It was all him pretty much. I just gave him my information. So shout out to shout out to Super Steel Steve for that, because now we know kind of what to look for. At least me and him, and anybody who wants to listen to us, you know. But I know this video is probably 30 minutes already. Kurt and Beth, thank you so much. Guys, listen, I'm not sure yet how much. I'm not sure yet when. I'm not sure how many they're going to have. But Mrs. J Cool 19 is going to be selling hanks. Everybody, when them posts go out and they're available, snatch them up, get them while you can, because if you don't, I'm going to get them all. Guys, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank all you guys for stopping and listening to me ramble for probably 30 minutes. I apologize, it's a long one. I wanted to get a couple things in, and I hope the little gear tidbit was interesting. Let me know if you guys want to see more of that, because I've got all kinds of gear that I can show off. Not show off, show. If any of you guys need to know anything, if I can answer it, I will. If I can't find it, if I can't answer it, I'll find the answer. But anyway, thank y'all so much for stopping. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for liking the video. Hit that like button, please. And come back for the next one. Thank you, guys.